What's up, everybody? Welcome to the ReCoop. I'm your host, Cooper Daniels, and today is Monday. What is it? December 18th. If you celebrate Christmas, we're a week away from Christmas. You only have 6 more little chocolates in that calendar. This is going to be the last show before Christmas, folks. All right? We're going to do today. There's some fun news to talk about. There's some things that we need to talk about today for sure. I'll be active on Twitter, of course. On Thursday, me and Kevin from Algo Foundry are going to do a Christmas special Twitter's X space. I think we're doing that at 5 p.m. Eastern. So I'll be around for that. But the morning show will not be back until after Christmas. Before the new year, but after Christmas. I think either Wednesday or Thursday of next week. How's everybody doing? How are you guys doing? What's going on? We had a bit of a red yesterday. I don't know what the prices look like today. In the middle of the night, I woke up. I saw that Sol had dropped to 68. There was a big red candle. I got all excited. I was like, okay, but that's what happened. Guess what, folks? They sold it, and then I guess retail came in and bought the dip. They're going to do that for eternity. I don't know what's happening there. I don't even care. What's going on in the chat? Are you guys here? What's up? All right. Oh, I got a haircut. I'm having a hard time kind of adjusting to this haircut, but I got a haircut. What's up, Bitcoin? How you doing? Jorge joined. There you go. You guys are just joining, man. Thank you for joining the crew. Join in the comments. Good morning, Albert. Evening to Mort. What's going on? Django, good morning. Good morning. Bernie, good morning. There you go. 409, he joined. What's with the joined? Coop, new haircut? Please let it be a mohawk. Sorry, guys. It's just my hairstyle, but much shorter. But it was done by a Golden State Warriors cheerleader. Good morning, CJ. What's up? Wasabi. Coop, what's up? GFY. Brogel has joined. Smash the like button. Everybody like the damn thing. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on X. And I guess that's really only places I really am. Big announcements from Voy today. You guys ever heard of Voy? Voy is the it's an upcoming second AVM chain. They're copying the Algorand chain and starting a new chain, and they're looking to improve upon ownership of the chain. Chris Swenner from Reach and other things looked at the landscape in the bear market and saw that all the active people remaining in crypto Twitter, passionately defending their favorite blockchains, actually have very little ownership, if any, over the chains that they're so excited about. And the VCs actually control everything. And so he decided that he wanted to create Voy. We'll talk all about that. That is just a short little version. What's going on, Albert? Yep, we're so fresh and so clean. Yep, all right, he joined. Is this joined thing a thing that Restream or YouTube is doing? Or are you guys just joining like Cone? You know what I mean? Is this like a Cone thing? Joined. I'm glad. This is like an attendance thing. It should be mandatory, by the way. I like this. It should be mandatory for you to say joined. And if you're not here on time, which is 9:37, and then you get penalized. Oh, Albert, that's right, buddy. Thank you for the compliments. Hi, friendly people. What's up, Tony? Brogel, when do I get chickens for my coop? Yeah, we got a 1-to-1. Every coop gets you a chicken. Right now, a coop is worth around 3 cents. So no chicken for you. Frohawk, maybe in the future. Maybe. She did talk about potentially doing like a mullet thing. As I think she was joking, like a mohawk mullet thing. Not ready for that, folks. That's not me. Too many kids for that. Voice sounds intriguing. Go on. Oh, Gov's in the building. What's up? Shiva joined. Yeah, you did. GFY, I think you're just seeing it. I don't see all these joined in the chat. Okay. So I'm going to stop. Restream has decided maybe I updated something because every time somebody comes to the thing, I'm being told joined. So you guys, okay, but it's good. It makes me feel like everybody's like excited to be part of it. They want everybody to know that they're here. If you want Algorand price to go up, then smash the like on the stream. 3 likes right now. I mean, I've seen so many joined. All right, like the damn thing. Can add in a rat tail too and some lines on the side. Hell yes, 1 coop equals 1 chicken. I'm noticing that once again, I got a bit of a mush mouth. Check that haircut out. That's right, relax and sleep. Check it out. It was getting long. I'm ready. I'm going to grow out this salt and pepper beard. So maybe, just maybe, next week when I come back, it'll be more substantial. Since it's see-through now because of all the gray hair, you can't even see really on camera. All right. Enough of my grooming. How are you guys doing? I already asked you that, but it feels like you guys are doing okay. What happened this weekend? Not in my life. Oh, my son, by the way, just because I know a lot of you have been following the show and you may be interested, but he did get to play at crypto.com arena this weekend. His team won the game and he got a bucket. He played hard. He scored. He got a few really good shots. A couple good jump shots that went in and out. He needs to work on his inside game for sure because a couple of air balls there. But he was aggressive, and that's what I like to see because he's a hardworking defender and rebounder. All the effort stuff he does a great job at, and we're trying to really cultivate that game. You know what I mean? We're trying to get his offense going, and so he's starting to assert himself in that way. So I think it's about time that we up his training. Maybe get somebody that's a little, in addition to what he's already doing, somebody that's a little more technically minded. But yeah, he got on the board. Then we went over to USC. We checked out LeBron James had a high school tournament. We watched my son's coach's varsity team at Fairfax High. He also coaches at Fairfax High. Get destroyed by LeBron's high school team from back in the day. So it was a fun day. And then we went back and watched the Clippers dominate. Kawhi got like 38 or something. It was a good time. It was a good day on Saturday for sure. But there was some crypto news. I remember being like, oh, I got to talk about that on Monday. What is it, guys? Single-handedly making algo price go up, Coop. That's right, baby. That's right. This haircut. Come on. Let's get back to 20 cents. Check out the cut. You know what I mean? I'm growing that beard. Remember when I was going to bring back Algorand with the mustache? Well, now I'm deciding to bring Algorand back with the beard. Trying new things, folks. I'm pivoting. The mustache didn't work all that great. So next up is going to be a full beard. And then after that, if that doesn't work, we'll just go completely shaved. And my wife likes to call that my butt face. She doesn't like that face. I don't know. Does she even like this face with any of the hair, folks? Oh my God. All right. Who the hell is this guy? Where's Coop? What's up, El Crypto? All right. Let's move on, folks. Let's move on. I appreciate you guys. And Amar, I see that you've joined. I know you don't know, but I see, you know what's happening is that I think Restream is starting to feed in people on X too. So if you're like done.algo, oh, Brogel, you're on X right now and you're commenting? I thought only the YouTube people were able to comment. Looks like people on X are able to comment too. Hell yeah. All right, let's grow this thing. I felt like that was an obstacle. All right, so what we're going to do, if you're new to the show, which you probably aren't, we're going to scroll some of the news. So we'll go to some mainstream media news. We're going to check the markets. And then we're going to talk about Voy. And then we're going to talk about what else? Oh, that's what it was. It was the plan for Sol, my least favorite blockchain, because I'm in the hole. I'm like $180, so it's inconsequential, but it's ceremonial, folks. I don't actually hate it. I don't hate it. I hate what's happening to it, and it's just the Mr. Manipulation, market manipulation coin. But I don't hate people on it. I don't hate people that believe in it. it's all good. It's good technology, I'm sure. I've used it. It was quick. So there's no hate. There's just a little bit of money being lost on a ceremonial short. That's not working out very well. I should have closed it, obviously, but I didn't. It's going to come back to me. I watch or not, and then I'm just going to close it and lose a few $100. All right, folks, let's move on. Okay, let's go. No, wrong one. Let's share the screen and let's go see what's up. CNBC, where you at? Let's refresh the screen. Did it? All right, the markets are back. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming to town. The Dow is okay. It's pretty sideways, but it's up 33 points. The S&P is actually up 0.5%, and so is the Nasdaq at up about 80 points, up 0.5% as well. Everything's in the green. Fed's Goolsbee was confused by last week's market reaction. What you got, Fed Goolsbee? Isn't his name Austin? Ooh, see, I knew that. The Fed voted last week to hold rates steady once again, and its updated projections showed an expectation of 3 rate cuts. That caused a rally in stocks and bonds, with the Dow Jones jumping to a record. However, Chicago Fed President Austin Goolsbee suggested on Squawk Box on Monday that the reaction wasn't totally rational given what the central bank actually said. But the markets may have misunderstood the central bank's intended message last week after stocks and bonds rallied sharply. The Fed voted last week to hold rates steady once again, and its updated projections showed an expectation of 3 rate cuts. That caused a rally in stocks, with the Dow jumping to an all-time high. It's not what you say or what the chair says. It's what did they hear and what did they want to hear. I was confused a bit. Was the market just imputing? Here's what we want them to be saying. The Fed president also pushed back against the idea that the Fed is actively planning on a series of rate cuts. We don't debate specific policies speculatively about the future. We vote on that meeting. Trading in the option markets implies that traders see 3.75% to 4% as the most likely range for the Fed's benchmark rate at the end of 2024. That would be 6 quarter-point cuts below the Fed Fed funds rate, the current Fed funds rate, or double what the forecast was in the central bank summary of economic projections. Goolsbee did not explicitly say that the market pricing was wrong, but did highlight this difference. The market expectation of the number of rate cuts is greater than what the SEP projection is. Goolsbee is not the only Fed official who has downplayed the meeting in the wake of the market rally. New York Fed President John Williams said on Squawk Box on Friday that we aren't really talking about rate cuts right now. All right, there you go. So people from the Fed are being like, you guys are getting way too bullish. Okay. Vans owner VF Corp shares tumble as it says cyber attack could hamper holiday fulfillment. Oh man, you're not getting Vans for Christmas. Hope you didn't ask for some Vans for Christmas. Crypto super PAC network goes into 2024 with more than 75 million as it aims to influence election. Russia's prime minister is to meet China's Xi, EU to pass 12th package of sanctions against Russia. All right, boring. Should we look at Bloomberg? Even though I haven't subscribed. So we're not going to be able to actually click on anything. What? Apple to halt U.S. sales of latest watches after patent loss. Wonder what that's about. U.S. plans high-level talks to counter Houthi Red Sea threat. Yeah, we're being real quiet. It seems like we don't want to escalate this because haven't they been attacking like warships, U.S. warships? I tweeted about if you want to ruin a good mood, you can go follow Mario Nawfal on X. I hate that. On Twitter. It's just like you scroll his thing and it's just like the world is ending basically from his feed. And it's not like he's quoting. I mean, it seems like he's quoting like Reuters and like mainstream media with some of this stuff, but it's like, man, it's like freaking Israel, Hamas, Russia, Iran, North Korea, China. It's just like, Jesus Christ, can people just figure this out? Like, what are we doing? Why are we so excited for World War III? Why do we need why? A-Rod's slam SPAC to merge with satellite firm Link Global. Man, those SPACs, what a ripoff that shit was. Pope Francis to allow blessings for same-sex couples. This Pope is definitely a more liberal Pope than usual. Millions of student loan borrowers still aren't making payments. Yeah, buddy, because it's a racket. I mean, higher education is another thing. It's just all such bullshit. Hey, come hang out at school and learn from these jackasses while you go into six-figure debt. All right. Okay, let's do crypto. How about that? Everybody's least favorite crypto site, CoinDesk. Bitcoin is making a bit of a comeback. It was testing 40 for a bit there. Still at 41.5. Looks like Binance Coin is pushing down to, we got red. We got red over here in crypto, but it does look a little up than what it was yesterday. So we'll see. Bitcoin fees spike to a 2-year high as Ordinal's bonanza gives windfall profit to BTC miners. Now, it seems like what Bitcoiners are accusing miners of right now is pumping, like kind of coordinating and spamming the chain to get prices up or get, fees up. So hopefully that's not what they're doing, because that just hurts Bitcoin. Galaxy Digital looking to buy more crypto bankruptcy assets after deal to sell FTX's coin. Oh, this dickhead. The one that probably is actually selling. Isn't this the guy that's probably manipulating the market for John Ray III right now? I'm just like staring in his eyes. It's such a scam. All this is such a scam. FTX, the government, the bankruptcy. Did you see like how much money these lawyers are making? They're like, the fees for the bankruptcy exceed what the customers are even just trying to get back. And they got this guy, I think, and this is all pure speculation, but I have heard this guy manipulating the market up. I don't know, but that's just complete conjecture. Galaxy Digital, the cryptocurrency financial services firm headed by Mike Novogratz, is looking to buy more assets from bankrupt crypto companies after securing a deal to sell Bitcoin and Ether owned by... Okay, so it's not rumor. Is looking to buy more assets from bankrupt crypto companies after securing a deal to sell Bitcoin and Ether owned by crypto exchange FTX on behalf of the estate's management. That deal from August tripled Galaxy's assets under management to $5.3 billion, according to FT, to Financial Times, I guess. Galaxy subsequently also received court approval to sell FTX's shares of Grayscale and Bitwise investment funds. Galaxy's global head of asset management, Steve Kurz, told the FT it is looking to repeat the experience with other bankrupt companies. That includes firms FTX invested in as venture capital provider. In December last year, the New York-based company won an auction to buy self-custody platform GK8 from bankrupt crypto lender Celsius. We have a crypto venture team that has been investing off our balance sheet for 5 years. The record that we have on that side of our asset management business means we'd be a good candidate for something like that. The company whose Toronto traded shares lost about 80% last year has applied for a spot Bitcoin traded, exchange traded fund with Invesco. In April, it said it was teaming up with asset manager DWS to develop exchange traded products in Europe. So 100%, all this manipulation that we're seeing in the SOL market, and probably in the Bitcoin market too, is led by that grin. Man. But he's in with the US government, so it's okay, right? Uh-huh. Revolut to suspend UK crypto services, citing FCA's new ad rules. You guys can see all this crap, right? Yeah. All right. All right. Circle issues euro-backed stablecoin EURC natively on the Solana blockchain. Circle aims to boost around-the-clock foreign exchange transactions and remittances by deploying EURC on Solana. Stablecoin issuer Circle Internet Financial said its euro-backed stablecoin EURC is live on the Solana blockchain, which is known for cheap, speedy transactions and the support of multiple ecosystem applications. Solana-based DeFi apps and digital wallets, including Jupiter Exchange, Meteora, Orca, and Phoenix, have added support for the stablecoin, allowing users around-the-clock foreign exchange transactions, trading, borrowing, and lending with the token. The expansion to Solana follows native implementations on Avalanche, Ethereum, and Stellar. Is this not on Algorand? There's a different one on Algorand, right? Do. Here, let's read this real quick and then we'll move on. Let's look at what they're talking about. What you guys talking about? Bitcoin hovers around 41 as meme coin and ordinals frenzy clogs up blockchains. Bitcoin opened the trading week marginally higher, trading above 41,000. So, but guys, real quick. So what happens now, what we've been here long enough, and we all know that a meme coin craze is fed by these VCs to lure retail investors to put their money into this crap, because nothing like meme coins, there's nothing like a good meme coin to lure people to come from the sidelines and want to participate, because the FOMO gets real, because they see a lot of people getting super rich. And then you start to see the big influencers on Twitter and everything talking about how life-changing gains, and they start to be like generational wealth, but they're really, and some people are actually gaining that because they were early. And then they lure all of the people in to put their hard work money, and then they get to bag hold this crap for months. So if you were not early on this shit, be careful. Okay? Obviously, be careful. This always marks the top because that is the game. Mike Novogratz knows that. So they're getting money in right now, and they're going to suck it out. Okay. Trading above 2100. CoinGlass, there's been 103.5 million in liquidations of token tracked futures in the past 12 hours, and 95 million of them have been longs or bets on higher prices. Of the 103.5 million in total liquidations, 33 million in Bitcoin positions were liquidated, with 29 million of those being long Bitcoin positions. Lucy Hu from Meta Alpha says the broader market continues to hold up quite well despite the recent ledger hack, with rate cuts on the horizon and things like ordinals driving more interest in Bitcoin. The massive ledger hack did swing some sentiment. Was it massive? How much was even lost? Like $500,000? I'm just so tired of these people. It is a bunch of bullshit. There's so much bullshit. Sorry, I just think so much of this is so crap. Like, and by the way, like you see, like your C on Solana, Avalanche, Stellar. I don't know. Are they on? Circle seems to be really just wanting to ignore Algorand, but there's another project that Algorand's gotten behind, and they were just on the next block. And I think that Algorand is a legit contender, by the way, and a competitor with a lot of these guys. So, and there's cool things like the juicer from Vestige, the guy from Vestige. Like we're going to be able to test, we're going to be able to have some fun with the meme coin while also testing the Algorand network. So I'm excited about that. There'll be more about that if it's not on the show because it happens. No, because I think it goes live on mainnet on New Year's Eve, and I'll be back before that. So we'll talk about the juicer on this show before it goes live. I'll be pumping that a bit because I'm excited about it. I want to have my own juicer. All right, whatever. Who cares? I'm done looking at that. Okay, so we went to CoinDesk. Let's just check the block real quick to get the other news. Boop doo doo. And then we're going to talk about some interesting news. Avalanche users pay $13.8 million in fees for inscriptions over 5 days. Oh yeah, the cheap chain over here. Let's look at that. That's fun. AVAX. Avalanche users have paid millions of dollars to mint and move inscription-related tokens over the last 5 days. This appears to be due to a big increase in network activity that's being artificially pumped by somebody. Avalanche users paid $13.8 million in transaction fees over the last 5 days to mint and move tokens. Inscription-based tokens are created by writing text in normal blockchain transactions and using an off-chain numbering system to keep track of them. They were created as a workaround on the Bitcoin network, owing to its lack of native support for tokens. They've recently spread to many other blockchains for various reasons, one of them being that they can be cheaper to move around than native tokens. This lower cost has been the case on most blockchains. While tens of millions of inscription-based tokens have been created on blockchains like Polygon and BNB, users have paid around $1 million in fees for each chain in total. As for Avalanche, transaction fees spent on inscriptions have risen as high as $5.6 million per day in the last few days. The total amount of $13.8 million is roughly 70% of all fees spent on inscriptions across all blockchains tracked by the dashboard. Avalanche has experienced 2 significant periods of interest in inscriptions. The first, lasting about 5 days in late November, generated transaction fees totaling $1.5 million. However, fees have been substantially higher in the more recent period. These things can't scale, folks. Avalanche is garbage. It can't scale. I mean, look at this. What is this? What problem is Avalanche solving? If it's EVM and it's just a copy pasta, and now the fees are super high. I'm seeing people having failed transactions that cost them $50, $60. Like, what's the point? It's epically stupid. And then you have layer 2s on Ethereum that are just purely centralized, completely against everything that we're here for. And ETH can't scale. At least Bitcoin is the OG. It's a store of value and it's getting mass adoption by everybody. But all this other crap, I mean, look, it makes me like Litecoin better than most. And then Sol is pretty awesome. It's got a cool leader. And then it's just being highly manipulated. You guys mad at me yet? Coinbase says crypto industry has raised $78 million to support political candidates in 2024. There you go. That's the game. You got to buy these people. But Avalanche burns 16.7 million of AVAX over the last week, 10 times more than the week before. They be burning. What's oh my God, look at that crap. It costs you right now to move Bitcoin, it costs you $38. Cost you $38 to just move, just a simple move it along. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is a real frothy time right now, folks. All right, let's look at prices. Bonk is down. Internet computer is down. Let's look. Greed is we're in a moderate. We're losing our 81 greed, but we're still in greed. All right, Bitcoin 41.4 down. Is sideways last hour, about 1.5% over the last day. Volume is mid. It's pretty good. It's not that bad. Ethereum is down across the board, almost 3% over the last 24 hours, and it's down a bit over the last week. And under 10 billion volume, that's low for what we've been seeing. XRP is back at 60 cents. Now it's under 60 cents. It's at 59 something. It's up slightly over the last hour, but down 3% over the last day and down 2% over the last 7 days. There's been a lot of enthusiasm sucked out of XRP. Solana is down almost 3.5% over the last 24 hours. It's at 71.50. I saw in the middle of the night that there was a wick down to 68. But they're going to manipulate that for as long as they can. They're going to bleed any kind of that retail money that's coming in for things like Bonk. They're going to take it. They are taking your money. And if you get left holding the bag, you are going to be hurt. Do you guys understand? Like if you're seeing a dip, now look, Solana, you can't fight these guys. They're almost like the Feds. You can't fight the Novograts. You know what I mean? You've got to you got to play cautiously because they will take your shit. If you get too bearish on them, they're going to take your shit. But at some point, that rug is going to rug. I mean, it's like the most disingenuous thing celebrating this phone is because the Bonk airdrop was more valuable than the stupid phone. Nobody wanted the phone until they could, until they were being paid to get it. I'd take the phone too. Cardano is down almost 5%. So that's cooling off a bit. That went pretty hyperbolic there for a bit, but it's still over almost 60 cents, 57 cents. And, in recent times, we are watching, they're taking some profits now. We'll see. Whatever. Avalanche is below 40. It's down almost 7% over the last day, but still up over 7% over the last 7 days. Polkadot is pretty significantly down, or I guess it's not that significant because it's only 4% over the last 24 hours, but and it's still in the green over the last 7 days. Okay. ICP was up, is up almost 100% over the last 7 days, but it is down about 13% over the last day. Okay. Another heavily invested FTX token. FTX has got a lot of apt. That's down a little over 5% over the last 24 hours, but still green over the week. Thorchain has not been performing like I think some buddies in the chat would like. That is down 7.5% over the last week, nearly 6% over the last 24 hours. It's at 535. Stacks continues to perform. That's like the main, Bitcoin layer 2 or sidechain or whatever. Multiverse X is deeply in the red, and Algo's at 18.5 cents, down 5.5%, but still in the top 50. And that's that. Sats, some stupid meme coin on Bitcoin, is down 16% over the last day. Helium went up a lot. Bonk is up 64% over the last 7 days, but it's down 12% over the last day, and it's down 1.5%. So they're taking the money. And there you go. FTT, that's starting to that rug is starting to develop. That's down 10% over the last day, down 30% over the last week. So it's starting to push down. Justin Sun's manipulation is coming to an end too. We got BTT down 20% over the last 7 days. And let's guess, Tron's at 10 cents where they keep it. Yeah, Tron's at 10 cents where they keep it. Okay, there we go. Let's look at Vestige. Polka Gold. This is a Stasis Euro. EURS. Opal taking a dive. It was over 15, 17, 18 cents, but it has been climbing down. It's down 4% over the last 24 hours and at almost 12.5 cents. Coop coin is down a bit. The volume is also down, and it's down about 3.33% over the last 24 hours at about almost 3 cents still. GORA has also been climbing down a bit. It's down to 24, just about 25 cents, back to its home. 25 cents, it seems. GORA is a friend of the show. Decentralized Oracle with Algorand as their home chain. Opal is going to be making their move. Opulus is making their move to Arbitrum, which you guys all know is a layer 2 on Algorand. No, it's not. It's a layer 2 on Ethereum. That will continue to exist. They say they will continue to support markets on Algorand for the time being, I suppose. And then there will come a time where you've got to move your Opal to Arbitrum. Okay. I'm not sharing this. Sorry, guys. But here it is. Pepperium. Never heard of Pepperium? All right. So we got that. Let's look at gold prices real quick. We got gold. How are you doing? The weirdest thing that I see, look at that wick. It's just, I think anytime war seems inevitable, gold just starts to go crazy. Not that that's that crazy, but it's up 0.5% over the last day. But every time I see like Bitcoiners going after gold bugs and gold bugs going after Bitcoiners, it's just like, guys, you should be friends. You're both weird. We're both weird. You know what I mean? These alternative asset classes, these inflationary hedges in so many ways. I mean, they both kind of have, some whole, you can nitpick, but it just seems like there's other people to fight. Silver, let's check silver real quick. Am I not sharing again? Let's make sure you guys can see some of this stuff. Yeah. All right. So we're going to get to Voy right now. If you guys are here to talk about Voy and Algo and all that, but yeah, silver's up too. It's, I guess, down a little bit over the last day, but it's almost at 24. We were looking at it like 22 something last week. So there you go. If you're just tuning in, just let you know that this will be the last show before Christmas. And I'll be back before the new year though. And I'll be on Twitter. And I will also be doing a X space with my buddy Kevin from Algo Foundry. Be a Christmas special on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern. All right. I'll be at my mom's house, my mom and dad's house for that special. All right. Let's look at what's going on. Let's check the chat. And then I'm going to, who the hell is this guy? Join Full Santa is inevitable. Yep. Hi from X. Hi, Butterfly. Good. You can see it. Many GMs to all. What's going on? US and UK warships attacked. Yeah, both. When I mentioned that, right? Fastest way to indoctrinate students to the rat race is crippling debt to pay back. That's absolutely right. What's up, Marine? How you doing? Talking about BTC. What do you think of ReCoop? You didn't even have to cue me up. Testnet hasn't gone below 100 TPS since launch. LOL. Awesome. We're going to find out a lot more about how Algorand performs based on Aura, which is the Vestige team's meme coin that's going to do more than just be a meme coin. Such a genius move. Greg, love it, says Shek. Gikmed, is the mainnet juicer able to be queued up for when it goes live? Good question, Bernie. Happy holidays, Algo fam. Happy holidays to you, Butterfly. That's why Nano is undervalued. It's the only coin with zero fees and it's decentralized as fuck. When Bitcoin fees spike, Nano starts getting attention. What it do, everyone? No free game. He's in the building. What's up? Check us out in the top 50. Relax and sleep. You can relax and sleep now, man. You know we're in the top 50. Top 50 choice coin. How's Coop? Coop is doing all right. We just looked. You're at all-time high 33 live viewers on YouTube right now. Momentum picking up, and YouTube's algorithm sucks. You're taking a 10-day break right now. I know. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow. Should I come back tomorrow? I can do tomorrow. You guys want me to do tomorrow? I'll do tomorrow. If you guys give me enough, I want you to do tomorrow in the chat, then we'll do tomorrow. If you don't want me to do tomorrow, I won't do tomorrow. Not sharing Coop. I know, Mort. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about if you want me to show up tomorrow, I can actually do tomorrow. You guys want me to do tomorrow? I can do tomorrow. I'll do tomorrow. You guys don't have to tell me. All right, fine. Never mind. This is not the last show until Christmas. I'll do tomorrow. All right, good. All right, let's look at this news. We had Blockworks. Well, let's go to Blockworks. Is it actually a let's go here. We'll go back to silver price. Is it one of the main articles on the site? Yeah, it's right there. So let's see. We can check Blockworks like we're normal. After 13 months of bankruptcy, FTX files its reorganization. Oh, we got to talk about this too. Let's talk about this real fast. The goal of the official committee. Oh, so by the way, if you were bag holding because of FTX, then you're going to be getting. They're going to pay you back in cash at the rate of $17,000 Bitcoin and $12 Sol, and they're going to pay themselves. The majestic men and women handling this bankruptcy, lots and lots of money. The plan not yet approved, though, would have claims honored at the price that they were at in November 2022, meaning that a potential claim for Bitcoin would be for $17,000. So if you had 10 Bitcoin at on FTX, you're going to get paid at the rate of $17,000 per those Bitcoin, instead of the 41.5 that you would get right now, which is some bull ass shit right there. I would be upset. Above all else, the goal of the official committee continues to be to maximize recoveries for unsecured creditors of FTX and expedite distributions. The debtors believe that the plan affords holders of claims and interests the potential for the greatest recovery on those claims and interests and is therefore in the best interest of such holders. A likely alternative near future outcome for the debtors is the liquidation of the debtors under Chapter 7 of the Bankruptcy Code. FTX is currently in Chapter 11 bankruptcy, meaning that it's permitted to reorganize, but a Chapter 7 bankruptcy would sell all assets to repay the creditors. Okay, did you guys hear this? The debtors believe that the plan affords holders of claims and interests the potential for the greatest recovery on those claims and interests and is therefore in the best interest of such holders. However, if the plan is not confirmed either by vote or by the bankruptcy court, then a likely alternative near future outcome for the debtors is the liquidation of the debtors. Isn't that a better outcome for them to liquidate at the prices that is current? No, this isn't. And then imagine what happens to the market if they liquidate, if FTX liquidates. That'd be amazingly crazy. The disclosure statement also warned that there can be no assurance that the estimated allowed amount of claims in certain classes will not be significantly more than projected, which in turn could cause the value of distributions in one or more classes to be reduced substantially. The bankruptcy court overseeing the case can confirm the plan so long as a class of creditors votes to accept the plan. There is, however, another route that the debtors can take if there aren't any acceptances. A cram down could confirm the plan so long as the plan does not discriminate unfairly and is fair and equitable for the purposes of the bankruptcy code with respect to each class claims. Okay, that's just, sorry guys, I'm not going to try to parse that. FTX debtors also are pushing back against a $24 million IRS claim, which they argued earlier this month could take recoveries away from victims and stop lining the pockets of all the lawyers that are just sucking this tit dry. As there is no basis to assert any tax claim against the debtors, the IRS's reliance on its own processes only serves to delay distributions to those truly injured. Ahead of the proposed plan, the debtors for FTX were approved to sell the bankrupt exchange digital assets back in December or September. So they have the ability to sell. I don't know. That's a bunch of, sorry, I want to get to other things, but I wanted to look at that It looks like the market is continuing to push down, by the way. These prices are looking lower than a few minutes ago. And gold seems to be pushing up. Oil's up over 70s at 73. That's up as well. Okay. Yeah, Bitcoin's about the same. Okay. There it is. You guys can see this, right? Here we go. Here's the Blockworks article. Algorand fork, Voy, tries a blockchain reboot. The Twitter post was like friendly fork, which got an LOL from Stacy, and people were wondering what that LOL was for. We'll talk about it. The self-declared community-powered blockchain testing a new network based on Algorand tech. Veteran members of the Algorand proof-of-stake blockchain ecosystem have banded together to launch a new iteration of the open source code called Voy, which is currently in testnet. Leading the new project is Chris Swenner, old Chrissy, sweet Uncle Chris, co-founder of both Reach and a blockchain development platform and the Algorand decentralized exchange DEX Humble Swap. What's happened with Humble? Is Humble okay? How's the liquidity on Humble? We doing all right over there? Work on Voy began in 2022 with the premise that the blockchain should better align incentives with its community of developers and users, and motivated by Swenner's frustration with perceived shortcomings within the crypto industry. I looked around and I was so frustrated that I saw that venture capitalists and the early builders owned over 90% of all the tokens. And the people that are actually still there during the bear market really didn't own the chain, but they're still there pouring their heart into it. We touched on that at the beginning of the show. Voy is only forking the Algorand code, but not the chain's state. So unlike the failed ETH proof of work fork of Ethereum, for instance, Voy will have its own crypto token, but one with no connection to ownership of Algo. In software development, a repository fork is essentially a copy of a repository that allows you to freely experiment with changes without affecting the original product. That's what's happening here in contrast to a blockchain fork, all right? So I think that they have gone back into this article and fixed some things. But yeah, I mean, basically what Voy is almost like creating a testnet version of Algorand, but putting real value to it. So it's essentially the same thing, but trying to reimagine the tokenomics, essentially, and the priorities, and how the ownership of the token is more in the idea is that the community gets an opportunity to own more of this network. The opinion clearly of Chris and Voy is that too many VCs, too much manipulation, too much foundation, too much, not the people actually using the chain ownership. And he's like, no, power to the people. In software development, a repository fork, we just read that. Algorand has struggled to attract users in recent years. Its 7-day DEX volume, for example, is currently less than 10 million, according to DeFi Llama, placing it 38th by that metric, outperforming its coin market cap, though. Swenner's critique is not specifically of Algorand or its development stewards, Algorand Technologies and the Algorand Foundation, with which he said he maintains good relations. Blockworks reached out to both Algorand entities to learn more. Apparently didn't get a response. Blockworks is like, what's his name? Was it Linus? Waiting for the Great Pumpkin? What was that? How do I not remember? Who is it? One of the kids sitting there in the pumpkin patch, telling everybody, no, they're coming. The Algorand Foundation is going to talk about these good relations. I crack myself up. As a longtime developer within the Algorand tech stack, Swenner said it was natural to remain focused on the Algorand consensus engine. The thing that was very clear is that Algorand tech is literally the best tech that we've ever worked with as far as speed and what it can deliver. One of the chief differences is that Voy's developers have earmarked 75% of its entire market cap for ecosystem growth. That includes node runners, and the testnet has attracted nearly 500 nodes according to its Explorer, though it's not apparent how many of those are independently operated. This means that a very small percentage of the overall network is earmarked for operations in the core team. That is something that seems very true and is very attractive, I would imagine, to a lot of people being like, oh, wait a second. This group of people that are creating the network aren't looking to enrich themselves. maybe Chris was inspired by KubeCoin. The fact that he didn't call it Coop Chain is a bit annoying. That probably would have created some adoption, right? At least between me and my few friends. Voy intends to concentrate on a smaller vertical of applications as part of its go-to-market strategy, emphasizing membership infrastructure, in contrast to Algorand's institutional focus. And that's another point that Voy likes to make, is that they're not competing with Algorand because they're going after a different thing. But Swenner also expects to contribute to Algorand development by bringing in developers and improving tooling such as wallet and node software. Now, that's the cool thing. Sorry, I'm commenting as I read this article. One of the cooler things about having another AVM chain is that anything that is built on Voy can easily be deployed on Algorand. So if Voy has some exciting new things happening over there, exciting wallets, those can easily port over to and offer services over at Algorand, and that could grow the pie and the accessible stuff. The new network counts original Algorand investor Arrington Capital among its seed investors, along with Sonic Boom Ventures, founded by former Algorand Inc. CEO Stephen Kokinos, who sees it as complementary to Algorand. Now, those VCs are still there. I think what is exciting about Voy in particular is that they've done a lot of work to be able to connect Voy back to the Algorand mainnet and be able to exchange assets using tech like state proofs that was built into Algorand for that express purpose. The remaining Algorand team was initially skeptical of Voy, Swenner said, but that changed over time. They're seeing now that this is actually beneficial for Algorand as a whole, because we're kind of we're at different missions and we're going after different things. I don't see them seeing it as a threat by any means. And this was updated after I originally read it to give more context about forks, because I think the writer was getting hard fork, was getting some flack on Twitter. All right, let's look at, go here. So then we got the post from Arrington Capital, former, I think, friend of Chris Swenner and former head of marketing at Algorand Inc., which is now Algorand Technologies. Kelly Callahan had posted, I think it was last week, that she's running a Voy node. It's natural that Arrington Capital would be supportive of Chris and team. VoyNet is off to the races, excited to be participating in this raise. The team led by Chris Swenner has accomplished so much, and we look forward to supporting them to mainnet launch and beyond. So, and they quote, Blockworks, Algorand fork Voy tries a blockchain reboot. Now that's kind of telling. It almost sounds like, I don't think this is what they meant, but you could interpret that as okay, we're trying to start Algorand all over again and get it right this time. John Woods gave the clarity on the fork lingo, and that's probably also what led Blockworks to correct the record. For clarity, this is a fork, a copy of the code, not the blockchain. Being precise with language is important, especially for reporters. Let's go. This isn't the article that I wanted to look. Let's go to the Blockworks. Let's go to Blockworks real quick. Okay, this was the funny thing. All right, so you guys can see this, right? So we're going to look at this now. All right, news, because we're going to look at the comments because there's a lot of comments. Algorand has a friendly fork in Voy network, which is a funny thing to say. And then I said, definitely looking at this article and reacting to some of these comments on my show today. Yep. I'd like to hear it. Well, come on by. First, let's get to, okay. So Stacy.Algo, who is the CEO of the Algorand Foundation, who the article says maintains friendly relations, and maybe it is, but she LOLs. So people were wondering, what is she LOLing at? Well, it's obviously the friendly fork thing. You see how I highlighted that? Now, it could be in reference to the fork, just a fork, which is the LOL because Algorand does not fork. Okay. And that separates itself from other chains. It cannot fork Algorand. There will always only be instant finality for Algorand in 3 something seconds, and it could continue to lower, except for when we get to peer-to-peer gossip, and that's probably going to make it go up a little higher if you use that aspect of it. But so yes, she could be laughing at that, but it's obviously she's laughing at the friendly fork. Now, I made the joke of the Great Pumpkin because, look, I think over time, Algorand Foundation has definitely softened, like Chris says in the article, saying that initially they may not have liked it, but they really didn't like it, folks. Because why don't they like it? Why do I think that she's laughing at the friendly fork thing? Because I know that they really were not happy about the fork, the friendly fork. It was very not friendly because they feel like they gave Chris Swenner the purse to Algorand. And then when that purse got empty, he left and wanted to reboot Algorand. And if you're naive to think, I'm just talking real life here, folks. You're naive to think that there isn't some animosity towards this and some competition towards this. All right. So whether you believe that that's true or not, or if you think that's fair or not, like, let's deal in the real. And the real is that this is not a friendly fork where they're all going to dance in a circle together and it's kumbaya. No, there's competition. I think there's personal feelings of you've betrayed us. These things exist, and whatever. Who cares? But that's what the LOL is for friendly fork. Voy used Algorand's code to create a new chain, and it doesn't share at all the same history as Algorand. The article is extremely misleading. Okay, I think he tried to fix that. This guy has no clue what he's talking about. Well, there's his face. Macaulay Culkin. Friendly fork? What the fuck? Algorand was never forked. Motherfuckers copied and pasted business model would be better term to use. Well, no, I don't think that they copy and pasted business model. I think what they're actually did, they copy and pasted the blockchain, and they're trying to do a different business model. The real story is Chris Swenner became frustrated when he lost funding for projects that failed to deliver. So then he comes up with the brilliant idea of copying the Algorand code base to try to raise some more funding, copying the EVM copy-paste model. What a waste. So I think that this is more along the lines of what a lot of people are feeling that are have animosity towards this. We can keep going, though. There's the LOL. Andy still doesn't know how to feel about this. Here, I fixed it. News. Algorand has a friendly GitHub fork in Voy network. Tags hard fork. Exactly. That's what I actually noticed on the thing. Write about oranges. .meme. There's the thing right there. We gotta look at that. Copy pasta does not equal fork. Okay. So a lot of people, Yomo's like, for those just reading the headline, stop. Read the damn article. So it's possible, Yomo, that they were reacting before that this was added into the article, by the way, because it looks like he added additional context to the article at about 2 hours ago. So you posted an hour ago, and so I think the article changed in defense of everybody that was freaking out about this. Steve Kokinos, is that you? It is him. He was in the article, and Yuppie, this, I don't know if it's a he or she, it doesn't really matter, but this account just definitely knows a lot about Algorand. Prithvi, a good account on here. I like not a fork. It's a new chain using open source code. They have a novel approach which rewards participants in a more direct way. Ba-do-do-do. Yuppie says blockchain reboot. The fuck? That Chris guy, man, shaking my head. Scotty.voice says you should check this out. RT likes the stuff. I'd say layer 2 rather than fork. No, it's definitely not a layer 2 because it's not connected to Algorand in any way other than it shares the same consensus mechanism. It's at best a spork. All right. But there's a lot of comments. Most of it is just correcting the terminology of fork. Okay. Algo can't fork. We get it, guys. We get it. But, we get it when your headline's like Algorand's forking. It's like, it's more bleak than it sounds. I don't know, guys. How do you feel? How do you guys feel about this? Like, look, before I go to the comments, and here, I'm going to tell you how I see this, and then we can talk more. And then maybe I'll come back tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I understand the personal nature of it because, Chris Swenner has been part of the Algorand community for and built. He's been a builder in Algorand. He was very close to a lot of the people at Algorand Inc. in the very, very early days. So Chris has been around for a long time, and the projects that he has been in charge of, for the most part, have gotten a tremendous amount of funding. So things like Reach, Humble Swap. There was a gaming thing that I guess is no longer going. I don't know what's going on. Maybe they're just going to go on Voy. There's been a lot of different projects. Alloy, I think it was called. There's a lot of different projects that received a significant amount of funding. Now, Chris would push back, being like, look, I delivered on all of our milestones for all of that. But at the same time, we all know that Chris was a bit upset when the funding ran dry. And I heard a lot of like behind the scenes complaints about the way the Alloy thing was being managed. And the team from Alloy was upset with Chris or something. I don't know. There was definitely drama with the gaming thing in the background. And I think the foundation pulled back on the money that they were going to give there. I don't know. I mean, the foundation has pulled back a lot of money recently with the new leadership, right? So Stacy and team don't necessarily have the same type of loyalty that Adi and whoever was in charge before. And so certainly, like even the article says, there was a ton of animosity at the beginning of the Voy because of the fact that they feel like, okay, so we emptied the purse to Chris. What did we actually get? And then right when we decided to tighten the strings, he's Audi 5Gs. Just showed how old I am by saying Audi 5Gs. Jesus, sorry about that. But so that's that side. And you heard Oyster Pack, who is a absolute Algorand truther. I think he's had me blocked. And I guess recently he's allowed me to look at his posts again. I don't care. But anyways, so the point is that, yeah, that's that. So that is definitely a sentiment that exists. And that is something that is real. And that is something that, I mean, you got to say it because it's what is real. And so, okay, so you got the other side. You got people like Chris. You got great guys like Gov, Benedict. You have a bunch of people that are excited because what they feel is that the way, like you see in the article, that the way Algorand is has been set up from the beginning, it just puts too much money into VC's pockets, and it's not community owned, yada, 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 yada. Now, I'm sure that the Algorand Foundation is like, well, isn't that ironic? The guy that benefited, one of the best beneficiaries of all of that free money from Algorand, is now complaining about that free money and is going to fix it. I'm sure that that's getting muttered in the hallways in Singapore. But in the end, as a user and as a community member, what does it really matter? Because all of the shit has happened in the past. It's already happened. So now we are left here being like, all right, well, I think it is rational. And I think it is safe to say that if Voy is successful with what they intend to do, and they're able to attract builders to build things on their AVM chain, and like we talked about earlier, that they can easily port all of those things that are built over on Voy over to Algorand. And obviously that goes both ways. Now, the issue may be for you is that you might be like, well, there's not enough activity on Algorand as it is. So if we're going to split it, if we're going to split that activity, where does the value of the actual utility of Algo go? It just diminishes, right? So look, honestly, me at this point, I'm just like, look, I don't know. I have no control over this. I like the idea of the compute and the community being actually considered in a real way. The actual community, like in Voy, they're incentivizing the community to participate in consensus. They plan to not just line the pockets of Arrington Capital and whoever else. I'm sure Borderless will come along. And whoever else, they had another one in there. So, I mean, I honestly don't know, and I'm actually curious to know what you guys think, because it's a good thing. I've been on the governing council. I have not been going to the meetings because I've gotten busy and I've been trying to do my show on a regular basis again, and it became very difficult to feel like I'm an active participant in looking at all these different proposals and doing all the different. So they're making people do actual work to earn these tokens. I need to figure out how to get back into my A wallet so I can get some of these testnet tokens that I've earned by participating in the beginning. I'm not against Chris. I'm not against Voy. I'm not against any of that. I'm not against Algorand. I'm not against Stacy. I'm not against John. I'm not against any of that. I've heard that Voy, from John himself, I've heard that he is not against Voy. And I have also heard and seen on Twitter, I've seen people over at Algorand Technologies remaining pleasant and collaborative with Chris and Voy. So it's not ridiculous to think that there is some good blood between everything. But if anything, at the initial go at this, like, it's very obvious, and there was things that were made very clear to me in the background that I'm not going to just sit here and announce, because it wasn't like, it's not necessarily public information, but it was very obvious that they were very upset, Algorand Foundation, at Voy. Now it seems that they've lightened up on that, but that LOL indicates friendly fork. That's a two. There's a couple prongs on that fork, that friendly fork. There's the Algorand doesn't fork prong, and there is the friendly. Is it friendly prong? So that's what she's laughing at, even though she'd probably just say she was laughing at the fork. So I don't know. What do you guys think? How are you guys? I just got tired trying to explain that. Let's stop sharing that screen. Let's make me a little smaller, and let's look at the chat. Check that haircut out. All right. Single-handedly making algo price go up. Okay, we already read that. Who the hell is this guy? Okay, join. Full Sanders. Okay. Do tomorrow. Tomorrow we love Coop. Okay, I'll do tomorrow. I'm coming back. Tuesday, I'm coming back, but I'm definitely Wednesday, because I have to work on Wednesday and I have to pack, because I'm going to leave very, very early on Thursday in order to get to my parents' house I'm in time to do my Twitter space with Kevin. So, okay, fine. I'll rant again tomorrow. Okay, so there's no watching Elf for relax and sleep in order to watch Coop. So you're not allowed to watch Elf tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, all right? We're doing it. Joe Polney's in the building. We love you, Coop. Do tomorrow. Okay. It is if you can liquidate 13 million SOL at once and get the same price. White Gregory Hines. What does that even mean? Beautiful. I'm a white Gregory Hines. Algo is definitely being set up for a massive run up. The history alone will eventually bring people into the ecosystem sooner or later. Shek smiles. That's not true, is it? They aren't using state proofs to inscribe on Algorand. No inscriptions are just a hack to BTC clones to get some sort of tokenization into them. It's just built into Algo as ASAs. That's right. The article listed Algorand 20 times, voice 7 times, but good intentions. I don't get it. Why use the word fork when that is one of Algorand's assets? Why not just say a new layer 1 using AVM? We buy other crypto coins, so obviously we will buy Voy, but man, just hard to swallow. Probably so that more people would spaz and run up the numbers in the comments, Algo learner. Barther, exactly. So many ways to produce this article and gain support everywhere, which leaves a bad taste. Hard to swallow, Shaq. Yeah, just forget it exists if you don't plan to get involved, and it's all good. True. Is Voy an ASA? No, it'll be no, it'll be like Algo, which is also not an ASA, by the way. But it'll have VSAs, I assume, voice standard assets. Is that what they'll call them? Is Voy an ASA? It's not, guys. But by the way, fun fact, Algo is not an ASA. So I can go to Algorand and copy the code and make my own blockchain. Crazy. But you're going to have to set up a decentralized node running thing. And I'm sure I haven't been paying attention as much, but that's going to be a pain point for Voy, and they openly admit it. It's not like Chris is hiding that the relay nodes are going to be a pain point. They're going to have to wait. It's going to be a centralized pain point. Just like relay nodes on some level are a centralized pain point for Algorand. And hence why the peer-to-peer gossip thing is coming. So now this would be something else that potentially would make people complain. Now Voy just gets to wait around for John Woods and Gary Maloof and teams to solve this problem and then just copy it and deploy it. So Voy is definitely in an advantageous position because of the brilliant minds, and the funding from Algo going into the development of Algorand always benefits Voy. So they're in a position, as long as Algorand continues to be innovative, they're in a position to actually give more of those tokens away to the community because they benefit at the low cost of getting all that development work done by Algorand. So it's a pretty good business model there, folks. That is assuming that, I don't know if it's that simple, but I think it is. No more coffee. Did you hear that little tinkle? That's I drank a whole pot of coffee before, what time is it? I gotta go. Oh shit, it's late. Okay, let's get through these comments and I gotta go. Sure can. That's what open source is all about. Will Puya work with this chain? Yep. He basically waited for Puya. Nah, he's been on this for more than a year. But Chris delivered what he was contractually obligated to deliver, right? Absolutely. I guess you can go fork the repo. All but some game that wanted box storage. That is what they mean, but in crypto, that is way out. Okay, claimed CEO of those projects, but never did anything with them. Are you a contractor or the CEO? Seems to jump between when it's convenient. At least it made Algo folks something to talk about. Yeah, I like the folks, but they're on mute on Twitter because I'm actually sick of hearing about it. Coop, you're a great man. Thank you, Josh. GitHub fork, same code, new user. Blockchain, new main chain. What the fuck? What the fork? Just by Coop. I feel like the media is bad. They're non-technical, shilled by bigger chains. I also feel heavily invested into Algo, so it hurts. There you go, man. See, I like it when people are just honest. There you go. There you go, Voy. That's the obstacle right there. Is Josh Lee's comment at 10:38 and 45 seconds. I also feel heavily invested into algo, so it hurts. They'll be like, well, go participate, bro. Get it early. I mean, that's the thing, right? Okay. So go run a node. It's not that expensive. Get some of those testnet tokens. I don't know. Sheck says this is all nonsense. What are you talking about, Sheck? How do I feel about it? It's a funding exercise. 25% of the supply is 1 billion, is still 250. VCs should have fronted another foundation. Instead, they fund a new chain, seeing money, making it a money grab. Yeah. Appreciate your approach, Coop. Objective and out in the open. We're proud of what we've accomplished and look forward to the next phase of testnet. Now, that is something else. Gub highlights something that I think is important. And it really does feel like, and that feels genuine to me, that Chris, we were in one of those meetings, a governor, and I was attending, and Chris was just outright being like, yeah, the relay nodes are like super centralized right now with our consensus. And he just said it, and he's honest about it. So there you go. I appreciate stuff like that. Dustin says Voy is the future. Sheck says ha ha ha. Kokinos was there when the tokenomics was initially crafted. He gave it to the VCs. Also, algos were given to those who initially participated in the testnet in 2019. Same playbook Steve Kokinos. Does anybody own more algo than Steve Kokinos? I don't know how much he still has, but that guy probably cashed out smart. I don't know what he did, but that man was well taken care of. Yeah, I think that Voy has the same exact amount of hard cap. I've always wondered how Algo Foundation and Inc. survive after 10 million coins. Will Voy have 10 billion limit since it's a code form? Yeah, I think it will have a 10 billion limit. It's the same thing. And Algo Foundation and Inc. will survive. The idea is that the original idea that I believe Silvio wanted was that adoption would happen. So then people that were running things on Algorand would be incentivized for the network to be healthy, and they would run things like relay nodes and nodes in order to continue to push it. And then there would be an incentive loop that happens that people would continue to want to develop Algorand because of the wealth that they have stored in it and the uses that they're getting from it. And you see Algorand Foundation trying to address this with Algorand Ventures, which would make them invested and making hopefully money potentially from different projects that they invest in on the Algorand blockchain. You see also some of these things that Algorand Technologies and Algorand Foundation invest in don't only use Algorand. They're like, okay, you can use other blockchains because they need money to come in to pay for things. Because yes, like you say, the 10 billion will run out. And how does this continue if the 10 billion runs out? Sheck, so is Algorand. Any project associated with this tech will win. I've always wondered how Algo Foundation and Inc. Okay, I already read that. Sorry, guys. All good, Taco. Nothing to fight about. I don't see Taco. I didn't see his comment. So I think I'm missing the other side of an argument. So I don't see it. So love you, Cooper Troopers. Love you back, Dustin. I'm only halfway through the live video. Okay, so you're not here. But you'll get here. Started late. It's all good. Boosted. Hello, Boosted. I wonder who is the last 5 people. How did Mint hit like? I'm not sure what you mean, but okay. Coop, have you talked about the Realms project and the airdrop happening in a couple of days of Nika? Opt into asset ID one. Okay. I have not talked about that yet. Peace, Coop. Have an amazing Christmas. I'll try and catch tomorrow. All right. Appreciate it, Mort. Thanks for showing up. Thanks, Coop. Got to go. All right, Josh. Hi, Autumn. What's up? All right. Cooper Troopers sound amazing. All right, Chris. All right, guys. Thank you. Autumn, thank you for showing up right at the end. You're here a little late. Thanks, man. All right. So I didn't, there was an argument over there. Somehow the taco side got deleted. It's all love, guys. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows what's going to go on? I'll come back tomorrow because this seems like it might leave some things to talk about for tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow at the same exact time. We will all be back tomorrow. Hopefully. I hope you guys all come back. Little fires. But yeah, so cool to see you guys. Some friendly faces, some familiar faces, some faces from a while back, and some faces now. Let's try to like have some positivity moving into the new year, Christmas, New Year, whatever holiday it is that you enjoy this time of year. And tomorrow, let's make it a Christmas celebration. I didn't really do anything Christmassy. Every year I've done an algo rant, which was a Christmas rant. Maybe tomorrow I'll try to bring the vibes. You know what I mean? We'll bring a little Christmas vibes to the show. Maybe give away a thing or two. Let's figure it out. All right. If you want to give something away tomorrow in the Christmas show, DM me. We're going to call it a Christmas show right now. We're coming up with things. All right. Have a good one, LB. ZK Bop, how is Swenner's biatch today? Watch the damn show. ZK Bop. All right. Everybody's coming too late. You guys are coming too late. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll talk all about it. All right, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye. Hit me up if you want to give something away tomorrow. And if a lot of people do it, I'm not going to be able to give away everything. But if you want to give something away on the show tomorrow, let's do it. Help promote your show a little bit and